Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Orange Coast Unitarian Universalist Church. My name is JoLynn Ibáñez, and I am your worship associate today. I am joined this morning by Steve Morihiro and Susan Shaw, our co-music directors. Yes. And our Director of Religious Education for Children and Youth, Danielle Lewis. Yes. We all welcome you this morning. Whether you've been here 30 years or 3, 10 months or 10 minutes, and whether you've strolled, rolled, zoomed, ran, or danced in, we're glad to have you join us today. Our minister, Reverend Sean Wilshire, is not leading the service today, but she does have a special message for you.
Hello everyone, I'm Reverend Sean Wilshire, and I'm sorry I'm not there with you today, but I do know that the Ibáñez family have planned an absolutely wonderful and amazing service for you. JoLynn, who is the Queen of the Arts, is going to be talking about the arts as a spiritual practice, and accompanying her is going to be her family and singing and all sorts of wonderful things. So you know how incredibly talented this family is. If you don't, you're in for an incredible treat. So enjoy. Thank you so much, JoLynn, Joel, Chance, probably Kevin's there, hey, and everyone. I will see you soon. Have a wonderful July.
I want to extend a special welcome to visitors today. If you're seeking a spiritual home, we hope that you will find it here. We are a community of many different identities and beliefs. We are bound together not by dogmas, creeds, or fears, but rather a covenant to create a welcoming, inclusive, and loving community. We need not think alike to love alike. In the spirit of building this community, let us recognize the many volunteers who have helped put this service together. Thank you. For all of you in the room today, we invite you to silence your cell phones. Zoomers, we invite you to say hello in the chat. As we worship today, let us acknowledge that our church property rests on the sacred ancestral homelands of the Ahachimen and Tongva peoples, who seek justice and responsibility and responsible stewardship. And we begin our worship with the lighting of our chalice. This morning, I'd like to light the chalice myself on behalf of a friend of the church and a friend of our family, Daniel Killen, who is a friend of ours. Daniel had a dream to become an animator for Warner Brothers when he was a kid. He was hired to work on the first animated film, Space Jam, that has a connection to our own Linda Clough, who is also Chuck Jones' daughter. Currently, he is a fine artist for Disney and enjoys coming to visit the church when he can. So with that, please let us say our unison affirmation together. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. To dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another, this we affirm together. Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing our opening song. My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamination. I hear the real, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest round me roars? I know the truth, it liveth. What though the darkness round me close? Songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm. While that rock I'm clinging, since love prevails in heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? Tyrants tremble as they hear the bells of freedom ringing. When friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? Those in cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are winging. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
Oh, technology. I'm an artist, not a tech person. Good morning. Pablo Picasso said, to draw, you must close your eyes and sing. I am honored and excited to share with you all today about something that makes me happy. Artistic expression and appreciation as a spiritual practice. A common definition of what elevates a creative endeavor to the level of art is that it changes your perception, how you think or feel. Art can calm, energize, sadden, anger, call to action, make you laugh or cry. Sometimes it happens when you don't expect it, but today, let's think about how we can actively employ art to feed our souls. To start, Henry Ward Beecher said, every artist dips his brush in his own soul and paints his own nature into his pictures. And now we have a song.
Hello, friends. Thank you. Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills. Sketch the trees and daffodils. Catch the breeze and winter chills in colors on the snowy linen land. And now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night. Flaming flowers that brightly blaze. Swirling clouds and violet haze, reflecting Vincent's eyes of china blue. colors changing hue. Morning fields of amber grain, weathered faces lined in pain are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. And now I understand what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now, for they could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left inside, on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you. Starry, starry night, portraits hung in empty walls, frameless heads on nameless walls, with eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like the strangers that you've met, the ragged men in ragged clothes, the silver thorn of bloody rose, lie crushed and broken on the virgin snow. And now I think I know what you tried to say to me, how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they're not listening still. Perhaps they never will.
All right, for today's Time for All Ages, we have our book called Anywhere Artist. I am an anywhere artist. I don't need paint or paper. I can make art anywhere. My imagination is all I need. I am a forest artist. I find fluffy, lichen, twisted sticks and smooth stones. I pick up lacy leaf skeletons. I can make anything I want. I am a beach artist. I collect salty shells, I shape sand, I spread curly seaweed. I use driftwood, make it all stand tall to cast long fingery shadows over my art. I am a rain artist. My feet dance ringlet patterns in the puddles. I squish oozy mud into silly shapes. I am a sky artist. I lie on the grass and make art inside my head. The clouds are my paints. My imagination is my brush. Sometimes my art fills the whole sky. I can make art anywhere. I can make art with anything, and I bet you can too. So what will you make today? That is our Time for All Ages story, and would you join me as we sing our children out?
We hold you in our love. you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life, we hold you in our love as you go. Albert Einstein said, yeah, we're actually going to talk even about Albert Einstein today. Art is standing with one hand extended into the universe and one hand extended into the world and letting ourselves be a conduit for passing energy. Now, I may have done this exercise with you before, but that's the first thing I teach my drama students, and that's that we own energy and we share energy, and that's all communication is. That's all spirit is. So first, let's talk about that. Turn to someone near you if you feel comfortable with that, both physically and psychically. Find a partner. Everybody find a partner. Someone real close to you. They have to be real close to you. Okay? Now, you're going to take your flexed hands and put them by your shoulders. Really big jazz hands. Big, tons of energy through your fingers. By your shoulders. Okay? Now, slowly you're going to, before you do this, slowly you're going to move your hands, watch me, towards the other person, pushing energy at them as you go. And before you touch them, see where you can feel them. A heat, a tingle, a thickening of the air. Okay? Now stop, try it again. Shake it off, shake it off. Now that you know what it is, try it again very actively. You are in charge of your own energy. Push it towards the other person. Share it. Go ahead, push. Richard, put your hands up. Can you feel me? Oops, before I touched you, did you feel any, you feel the air between our hands? So here's my hand here, right? Can you feel that air between it? See, Richard got it? Here. Now switch and take another partner if you can. And you'll feel, do you feel that? And you'll feel that there's a difference. This isn't about your aura. This isn't about just your body heat. Because you'll find that the distance is different with the next person. Here. Push. No, right here. Push. Right there. I feel you right there. Can you feel that? Yeah. Give me. Push. Right there, right there, right there. I feel you. I feel you. Feel it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody, you gonna try it? You guys try it? Got it? Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, great. You're all Jedi Knights. Actually, you are a lightning rod and you can control energy at your will. Doesn't it make you feel kind of powerful to know that you can do that? You can also withhold. It's not my notes, but I had this amazing student once. I had her for like 8 years, and she was a trip, that kid. And there were some days that she would withhold from me, and we'd have to actually touch hands. And there were other days I could feel her from this far away. She was amazing. What a magician that girl was. Our art requires energy, none more than dance. And for me, dancing has always made me feel alive, happy, and energetic. I fully realized that with the first dance I ever learned in dance class. This dance is from 1913. The song is Ballin' the Jack. The term refers, be dirty, people. The term refers to letting a steam locomotive go at full speed down the track. So it's about, it literally, metaphorically means letting yourself go to your full emotion. I would like to teach you all that first dance. If you thought this was going to be easy today, you were wrong. Okay, rise if you're comfortable in mind or body. Now, this became a dance craze at the time. Many years later, it was performed in a film by Gene Kelly, Judy Garland, Danny Kaye. But I'll teach you the version as it was taught to me by my vaudevillian tap teacher, Jean Locken. It's for 6-year-olds, and this is the first lesson. But don't do anything that might be hard on your body. There's some knee stuff. If you can't do your knees, don't do your knees, okay? Okay, so here, I'm going to come over here now. Start with your feet slightly apart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the lyrics and do the action, and then you're going to repeat after me. I'm going to just kind of sing it, not worried about the melody this first time. So, but the lyrics are here if you need to look. But what you're going to do on the first one is repeat after me. First, you put your 2 knees close up tight. So you repeat. So I do it, then you do it. 2 knees close up tight. Watch. Then you swing them to the left. And you swing them to the right. Step around the floor, kind of nice and light. Then you twist around and twist around with all of your might. Spread your loving arms way out in space. Oh, but don't hit anybody in the face. Then you do the eagle rock with the style and grace. Put your left foot out. And bring it back. That's what I call ballin' the jack. Okay, good. Now let's try it all together. I'm going to add the melody, but he's going to not play yet, okay? So I'm going to go real slow, all right? First you put your 2 knees close up tight, then you swing him to the left, then you swing him to the right. Step around the floor kind of nice and light, and then you twist around and twist around with all of your might. Spread your loving arms way out in space, then you do the eagle rock with the style and grace. Put your left foot out, bring it back. That's what I call ballin' the jack. Good. Everyone have it? Yeah. Okay, good. Let's try that with some music. Yeah? First you put your 2 knees close up tight, then you swing them to the left, then you swing them to the right. Step around the floor, kind of nice and light. Then you twist around and twist around with all of your might. Spread your loving arms way out in space. Then you do the eagle rock with the style and grace. Put your left foot out, bring it back. That's what I call ballin' the jack. Okay, good. One more time, yeah? We got it? Now really, okay, breathe in. Breathe out. Now allow the music to take you over. And pretend like you're at Carnegie Hall. and you're sharing your soul with the multitudes, yes?
I need
All
more
right.
room for this.
Let's do it, okay? Ready? First you put your 2 knees close up tight, then you swing them to the left, then you swing them to the right. Step around the floor kind of nice and light, then you twist around and twist around with all of your might. Spread your loving arms way out in space, then you do the eagle rock with such a style and grace. Put your left foot out, bring it back. That's what I call ballin' the jack. Yeah! Stay standing in brain, mind, body, spirit, and we will continue to sing. Stay up. Oh, good. Oh, and for me, I'm enjoying this at the moment. This is my soul being happy. Let's feel free to dance more than you might have normally to this next song that you're very familiar with if you've been here before.
Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you and fill the sky with let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Learn to follow, learn to lead. Feel the rhythm, feel the need. To reap the harvest, plant the seed. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you. Through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Everybody turn and spin. Let your body learn to bend. And like a willow in the wind. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. A child is born, an old must die. A time to joy, a time to cry, and take it as it passes by. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance we do. May I have this dance with you. Through the good times and the bad times too. Let it be a dance. Let it dance. Morning star comes out at night. Without the dark there is no light. If nothing's wrong then nothing's right. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance. Let the sunshine let it rain. Share the laughter, share the pain. And round we go again. Let it be a dance. Let it be a dance.
I am a dancer, an actor, and a singer, and I teach those things those skills to other people, all ages. I direct and choreograph these things. I've also been known to do art, write poems, songs, and stories, and very, very long social media posts. You know, you've read them. When I'm really clicking, my spirit soars, and I am aware of being more than just me. I am a conduit for energy, and I help others connect with their energy. Now, historically, art has always been used to bring our humanity closer to the divine. Ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, statues, beautifully decorated furnishings, and jewelry were not only meant to satisfy human desires to look at beauty, but to also specifically honor the gods. Greek statues and buildings, including the amphitheaters where timeless plays like Medea and Hippolytus were performed, Roman frescoes and mosaics, honoring gods and goddesses, the Vatican, medieval illuminated manuscripts, all created by artists to bring the divine to the people, to make the spiritual more accessible to mere mortals. So the spiritual practice isn't just for the creator, but for anyone who has access to the art. Author and artist Luca Bonich said, virtually all spiritual, esoteric, and wisdom traditions have utilized art as a tool for communicating the non-communicable for millennia. So when they say that art isn't necessary in our schools, they're ignoring the millennia. But perhaps I put the cart before the horse. What is a spiritual practice anyway? I have been to many churches, watched many movies, read many books, been to many plays and ballets and concerts and museums, but I don't remember anyone defining in any specific way that made I don't remember anyone defining any of that in any specific way that made me say, hey, that is a spiritual practice. That's one of the reasons I love the UU traditions. We actually do touch on this subject frequently and discuss mindfulness and meditation most weeks. But for anyone here for the first time, according to UU Denise Davidoff, a spiritual practice is to take time to consciously acknowledge the gift of life most every day. I'm going to say that one again. A spiritual practice is to take time to consciously acknowledge the gift of life most every day. And mindfulness is summed up well by John Kabat-Zinn as an open-hearted moment-to-moment, non-judgmental awareness. Now for me, the trickiest part of the term spiritual practice is the practice part. Odd, considering that for many years I took dance and theater classes many times a week and rehearsed shows for years, like all year long, like one show after another. So these days I vary my practices to encompass more artistic avenues. The non-judgmental part differentiates appreciation for patronage of arts and from spiritual growth arising from art. I can be a critic and watch a musical production as a director and think of what I would have done differently. Some of you heard me. Or what I can use in the future. But that's different from what happens to my soul when the actors connect and the music swells and the clarinet soloist lays down a lick and that great dancer in the chorus nails a double pirouette. And while the leads are harmonizing a huge crescendo duet moment, and I'm filled with the spirit of life. Now that is a spiritual moment for me. Even better, if I'm the one on the stage hitting and nailing that pirouette, singing the note. Now, what about for you? Since this is all about interaction today, has there been a piece of art or a song or a movie or a play that really struck you to your heart and soul and made you have a spiritual experience? Anybody? Elizabeth?
I was an art major, and I took a class not for credit because I wanted to, and it was a stone sculpting class, and I got so caught up in the process that I sanded off my fingerprints. And I had to wear gloves.
Elizabeth sanded off her fingerprints.
And I had to wear gloves to the final because I had
She was so into this art class that she had to wear gloves to the final because she was so involved with the process.
Yep.
What else?
Didn't feel the pain.
Yes. Phyllis.
Cast as the dead grandmother in Fiddler on the Roof.
Yes, what a great part that is. She played the dead grandmother in Fiddler on the Roof.
I became that lady.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
And when I started, a blessing on your head, Mazel Tov, to see you do the bed, Mazel Tov. I'll relive that in my heart.
Oh, I'm so with you. That's amazing. So great. I choreographed that show, and the bottle dance was awesome.
I've had just about a dozen moments in my life where I've listened to a song. Most of the time it's a soundtrack for a movie or a game or whatever, and it's hit me so hard that I you ever get a feeling in your chest where you want to laugh or cry or something like that? That's the feeling that I got, and it was like shivers. And it was it's every single time it's a crazy experience. And I had one in the car today while I was listening to 2 songs from a game I play back to back.
That sounds weird, you guys, but you should listen to some of this soundtrack music. Talk to Chance. It's orchestral amazement.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah. Talk to me afterwards.
Sure.
And I will give a recommendation.
Any.
And it will be good.
Last Sunday in church, when Susan sang the solo with the piano, because her She wasn't looking at the piano music. She was only looking at the lead sheet with the chords, and the piano was phenomenal, and her singing was phenomenal.
How lovely. Oh my goodness.
Just one second. Every time I listen to
Right to your
Amelia
mouth.
play,
Go right to your mouth. No, just put it right to your mouth. There you go.
every time I'm listening to my wife play oboe in English horn, as I did in Baltimore last week,
Oh,
and it just makes me feel so happy and wonderful.
that's great. Wonderful.
Well, if I'm in the symphony and we've got the horns going, my body will just tingle. I can listen to the radio also, and I'll hear this voice, this bass voice singing, and it's like, oh my gosh, I just, right through my body, just feels chills. I love music. It is my life.
First of all, I kind of want to say that I've been noticing a pattern with all of this, that I guess music is one of the best ways to convey, that shivering feeling that Chance explained.
It is.
I usually get that whenever I mix music or whenever I draw. It happens rarely with drawing, but with drawing, I just feel in the zone. I don't think, I don't feel, I just know.
Right.
Yeah, and it's magical in a way.
It is.
But only in hindsight.
As a teacher, I combine both, and I'll put on a piece of music, and I'll have the students draw freeform with whatever colors and shapes, nothing specific, in order to get an idea of what the costuming and the lighting and the feel of the piece should be.
Yeah.
So you could do that, and then you could get both together. Anyone else?
Right.
So I'm not a very artistic person, drawing or playing music, but when I was in high school, I read Jane Eyre. It was the first piece of real literature that I read, and it just about it made me explode. I was walking around the high school saying to the other kids, like, I can't believe this book. I was so excited. Like, I couldn't breathe, and they were looking at me like I was
A book?
insane.
An old book?
But so I get it from words.
Right, words. There you go. Words, words, words. Shirley's got something?
Years ago, when Larry was alive, we had the great good fortune of spending a weekend with, what's his name, that wrote the first...
Oh, Don McLean?
Who?
Don McLean?
No, no, no.
No, which one? Oh, the one of our hymns that we did?
The first one.
Okay.
I can't think of his name.
No.
They,
you composer, yeah.
anyway, they lived up on the Big Sur coast.
Oh.
What on earth was his name that wrote the first song? How much? Rick Marston. We got to stay with him for a whole weekend.
Oh, lovely.
And they lived up on the hill above Big Sur.
Oh,
And
hardship.
he would do that wonderful song at the end of the evening, at the moment that the sun hit the horizon over the sea.
Oh,
I mean, it was the most unbelievable experience.
that's a spiritual experience.
Yes, wonderful.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Oh, we got one more back there. Let's just take one more. Thanks, Francie.
Yeah, that was a spiritual experience listening to Rick Maston's Let It Be a Dance. I love that song. I remember Rick and his wife when they came to the Unitarian Church in Niagara Falls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was really cool. I had an experience in a drawing class. I was doing dried leaves and thistles, and I had a hard time capturing the thistle. And suddenly I got it, and I got the thistle. It just happened. It was just so miraculous, and it seemed almost mathematical, the way I connected it with. Wow. And that week, I guess when I was walking out of the office, you know, everything looked different. The buildings looked different and shapes looked different. And it just turned me on. It was really cool.
That is beauty. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Cool. Now I'd like to employ the assistance of some great artists and thinkers to define art. We must never forget that art is not a form of propaganda. It is a form of truth. John F. Kennedy. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. Friedrich Nietzsche. Art is not a handicraft. It is the transmission of feeling the artist has experienced. Leo Tolstoy. So you notice that wasn't even artists. It was a politician, a philosopher, and a playwright, as far as fine artists. Now, what if you want to create art as a spiritual practice? What if you want to create art as a spiritual practice? But you believe that you're horrible at anything you've ever tried. Your portraits look like stick figures. Your poetry doesn't go beyond dirty limericks and Hallmark cards. Your music is discordant, but not in that cool progressive jazz way. Your vocal high notes don't elicit goosebumps, they summon dogs. The hokey pokey is the limit of your dance chops. That's okay. In a really cool TED Talk by Stephanie Smith on this very subject, she describes that she began doing mandalas. You know what a mandala is? It's the background there. It's a circular shape of repeating patterns, right? She says that she began doing that because she had no real artistic talent that she was aware of, but she wanted to anyway. She realized that any unintended mark on the page makes clear how you treat yourself. Is it a defeat? Or is it just a new shape that bears repeating? Can you build on it? Can you make it pretty? See, producing your own art is scientifically proven to reduce stress by reducing cortisol levels. It improves brain function by improving focus, attention span, and cognitive flexibility. It creates new neural pathways in the brain. It enhances emotional regulation, particularly with trauma, anxiety, or depression. It fosters empathy and connection. It enhances creative thinking and problem-solving skills. It can even benefit your overall health. It makes us feel great by releasing dopamine and serotonin, which are associated with pleasure and well-being. That sounds great. Now, who wouldn't want a little bit of that? But what if that nagging voice of judgment wants to beat those great things down? Well, just listen to what some artists have to say about it. It's a little hard to read, sorry. Art, right? It is better to be high-spirited even though one makes mistakes than to be narrow-minded and all too prudent, by our friend Vincent van Gogh. Every artist was first an amateur, Ralph Waldo Emerson. To create one's own world takes courage, Georgia O'Keeffe. Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up, Pablo Picasso. An artist should never be a prisoner of himself, a prisoner of style, a prisoner of reputation, a prisoner of success, Henri Matisse. Stay firmly in your path and dare. Be wild 2 hours a day, Paul Gauguin. Let's get a little crazy here, Bob Ross. Everything starts from a dot, Wassily Kandinsky. When I create dances, I first study the source material. If it's a musical, I read the script. If it were originally inspired by another work of art, like a book or a painting, like Sunday in the Park with George, or by a dancer like Bob Fosse, I will look to that source and meditate on it. How much of that source will I homage in my piece? I love listening to music with my son Chance. He asks me, how would you choreograph that? And I listen and I allow the music to wash over me. And my mind's eye, I see a lit stage, dark, light, bright. The instruments tell me what the colors are. The dynamics show me how many dancers are out there, where they are, how they're moving, and in a certain way. Strong, quick, sensuous, languid, furious. It's like a prayer when I create a dance. I'm lucky that I have the ability to see the dance in my head and the training to put it into my body and the patience to teach it to other dancers. I always knew I wanted to dance, and I always derived joy in the pursuit. My grandma would get out the breadboard every Sunday night during Lawrence Welk and put it in front of the TV, and little 4-year-old me would try to copy Arthur Duncan and what he was doing in those tap shoes. So my mom got word of mouth about the best dance studio in town, and on my 6th birthday, she gave me tap shoes in a box and a little note that said, you get to have your first class today. I could barely get there. I mean, I was so excited. And when I went there that day, I learned the dance I taught you this morning. Now, I don't have that kind of facility with other areas of art. I have some skills and some creativity, but not real inspiration. I thought I wanted to be a painter and a writer and a songwriter. I have paint kits I haven't opened, journals I've never written in, canvases I've never painted. But I don't feel defeated by that. I see them as open doors that I can walk through when I'm ready. A musician from the New York Philharmonic came and talked to the band students at Savannah High School, where I work as a professional arts expert and where Chance takes jazz band. He talked about this. He warned the kids not to shut doors. He said these kids, they had all these open doors, all these opportunities and options and potentials. And if they shut a door, it becomes really hard later on to get that door pried back open. So leave it open. You can walk through it later. So I see myself as all of those things so that when opportunity knocks, that door is already wide open. And here's some insight about being an artist. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. Leonardo da Vinci. The best reason to paint is that there is no reason to paint. Keith Haring. In the creative state, a man is taken out of himself. E.M. Forster. I am my own experiment, my own work of art. Madonna. I like nonsense. It wakes up the brain cells. Dr. Seuss. And art isn't all pleasing. Some art is jarring, disturbing, ugly, hard. Shakespeare wrote tragedies as well as comedies and sonnets, and it doesn't get any better as art than the tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. Now, my brother always loved Hieronymus Bosch, who painted a huge canvas called The Garden of Earthly Delights. I had a slide, but I forgot to bring it, sorry. With visions of how he perceived hell and the demons and the damned. And it was both pastorally beautiful on one side, and then it sort of continues across the canvas. It's 3 sections. And the last section, the start of it is kind of kitschy. You got fishes on top of heads and ears with a dagger coming out. But then it progresses and it's truly grotesque near the bottom. Hell. Well, another is that you're familiar with, I'm sure, The Scream by Edvard Munch. Creating and viewing these pieces can help the observer deal with their own traumas and fears. One can take their time there, in safety, to resolve terrors. The Don McLean song about Vincent van Gogh embodies the dichotomy that even the most beautiful painting of a starry night, or irises, or a bedroom, can come from a tortured soul. But artists can turn life's obstacles around. An emerging field of psychology called post-traumatic growth is suggesting that many people are able to use their hardships and their early life trauma for substantial creative growth. Specifically in the areas of interpersonal relationships, spirituality, the appreciation of life, personal strength, and more importantly, for creativity, seeing new possibilities in life. When you create, and what you view has no meaning without you. And that meaning is different from person to person. As an actor, I'm reminded that I am tasked to be true to the author's intent. And yet I cannot but bring myself to the work. As a spiritual practice, I combine art with my own experiences. And here is what some artists have to say about what they bring to their art. If you ask me what I came to do in the world, I, an artist, will answer you. I am here to live out loud. Émile Zola. I wanted to start a revolution using art to build the sort of society I myself envisioned. Yayoi Kusama. My role in society, or any artist or poet's role, is to try and express what we all feel. Not to tell people how to feel, not as a preacher, not as a leader, but as a reflection of us all. John Lennon. Now, I love many of our auction events. I host a color book, rock painting, ornament making events. I buy floral arranging and paint and sips and jewelry making and those lovely types of things from others, and visits to museums and theater tickets. I enrich my soul, I expand my mind, and I improve my empathy by not just making art, but enjoying the art of others. Now, how could you actively and regularly use art as a spiritual practice? Now, here are some ideas. One, you could create a spiritual collage. Use words, symbols, colors, patterns. Two, you could take morning walks and do nature-based artwork. Find a fallen leaf. It's important that they're fallen, don't pluck them. Find a fallen leaf or a fallen flower, or take a picture of it, and then write about it, or do work with it, or sing a song about it. Create small art, like bookmarks, postcards, things you can share with others. Automatic writing, like I was talking about with him, about just sitting and taking a pencil in your hand and doing, either drawing or writing words. That's been proven to unlock lots of things spiritually for you. Do that while meditating. 5, dance alone. And I mean that, alone. You know that phrase, dance as if no one's watching? Well, I usually dance as if everyone's watching. But I remember when I was a little girl and I would put on High Society, the album, in my bedroom. and I would get up and I would dance to all the different parts, and I'd be all the different people because no one was looking at me, and I could do that freely. Where's that freedom, you guys? When's the last time you did that? How many of you did that when you were kids? Danced freely. All right, well, some of you need to start. Okay. Be like the child you were when you grooved to a tune all by yourself. I have a canvas out in the courtyard. I put a bunch of pens and pencils out there. I would like for all of you to go out there after the service and take a moment or 3 to practice that first suggestion, the creating a spiritual collage. Add a symbol, a word, or a pattern that feeds your soul today. And then I'm going to take it home and use watercolor to connect everything and then bring it back. And here's a closing quote. Practicing art, no matter how well or badly, is a way to make your soul grow, for heaven's sake. Sing in the shower, dance to the radio, tell stories, write a poem to a friend, even a lousy poem. Do it as well as you possibly can. You will get an enormous reward. You will have created something. Kurt Vonnegut. Now you can do what my family does pretty much every day, sing a song. La. We're going to start with La's.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Sing, sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong. Sing of good things, not bad. Sing of happy, not sad. Sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sing a song. Let the world sing along. Sing of love there could be. Sing for you and for me. Sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. Sing a song.
All right. I have to switch jobs now. Unitarian Universalist congregations are fully self-supporting, meaning that members and friends raise all the funds for the operating budget, ministries, and programs of the church. We are ever grateful for your gifts of time, treasure, and talent. OCUUC amplifies that spirit of generosity by sharing half of the plate we receive with an organization that shares our values. This month, we are partnering with Captive and Bill Pines, specifically for the youth camps. You know, money's hard these days, guys. Let's get our kids to camp. It's amazing, though. It's something they'll remember. Chance, did you like going to camp?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. Very well done. There's only one correct answer there. There's multiple ways in which you can support the church and this organization. You can mail a check. You can go through our website. You can use an app called Vanco Mobile. If you're a roomer, you can simply use the basket as it's passed. As we are, the choice is yours. All the information is on our website should you need it. As always, thank you for your generosity.
And there's a song.
Oh yeah, you with the sad eyes. Don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you makes you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, you call me up because you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. Ooh, I can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, call me up because you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors, true colors are shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow.
Now is a time when we honor, let us sing We Gather Together, a song that expresses our gratitude for the many gifts that we share. Gather together, we gather as one, for peace, love, and justice for everyone. We give from our hearts to show that we care. We can change lives with what we share. I wanted to share a V online. She did say something during the section where we were asking about spiritual stuff. And she said, anytime I see Vladimir Cush's artwork, the whimsy and imagination combined with the incredible beauty carry me away. He has a gallery in Laguna Beach for anyone else who wants to enjoy. So that is Vladimir Kush. Thank you. All right. Now is the time when we honor the important events in our lives. You are invited, one and all, to, whether you're a member, a friend, or a visitor, to participate in our weekly ritual of joys and sorrows. So let's take a deep breath. Perhaps you come here today holding something close to your heart, moments from the last days or hours that have struck you at your core. If you'd like to honor such a profound joy or sorrow, you are invited to do so. If you're a roomer, you're invited to come forward to light your candle. If you would like to share your joy or sorrow, you can write it out on a slip of paper provided and then hand it to me. If you're a Zoomer, you're invited to write your joy or sorrow in the chat. And once the roomers are done lighting their candles, I will read all the joys and sorrows shared out loud. I believe Don Martin is going to light our candles for the Zoomers and help us out with the tricky candle lighters. I wanted to make a point of these candle lighters. It's an electrical spark, right? It's delicate, and there's these little pointy things. And if you put the pointy things down into the wax, they don't work anymore. So you got to make sure that you're lighting the wick and going across the wick a couple times. And that might help y'all. Does that help? Okay, good. Yay. All right, as the music is played, I invite you to silently offer healing or celebration as you feel called and according to your own beliefs. Roomers, please come forward. Okay, I'm going to start. I have a candle of joy for all of the lovely UU family that came to support Chance in Legally Blonde as he tore up the stage as Callahan. Your support is amazing and wonderful and makes our hearts fly. Thank you. We have Leanna has an other of gratefulness. Lucas's other grandma took care of Luke for 3 days straight while his mama, worked. This other grandmother she had hand surgery. The other grandmother. Surgery went well, and we all survived. Good. The Magoon Pearson family has a joy. They're sending their son and brother Jaden to camp, son/brother, yeah. Jaden to camp to Benneville Pines today for a week of junior high camp. What? What? Thank you to everyone who contributes to scholarships so all 4 of our children have been able to experience this magnificent place. 4 is a lot, you guys. Yay. Here's to all of you. Maria G. has a joy. All of my OCUC fellow parents and some of their kids who came to help me celebrate my birthday last weekend. Oh, one last hurrah before my kids leave for college. Whoa. Happy birthday. Dave Carlson has one of transition. My son left Bradford UU in Kenosha, Wisconsin after 9 years to finish his doctorate of divinity in leadership and community transformation from the Garrett Seminary of Northwestern. Wow. Felt called. That's awesome. Say yay. Hear you. Phyllis K. has a candle of healing. Her dear friend Jordan is recovering from open heart surgery day 4. Be thinking about that for sure. Jennifer T. Sorrow. Yeah. Prayers for the Texas families suffering from losses from the flooding. Absolutely. And online we have Peggy has a candle of gratitude to me for an inspiring service. Oh. Thanks, Peggy. And V has one. This week I've been delighting in the fairy sparkles, aka fireflies, dancing around my backyard in the evening. There are more this year than any year since I moved here. It's magical. I do miss that. It is magical. Yay. Okay. And I think that perhaps, let us hold in love all the joys and celebrations and all the hurts and sadness, both spoken and silent. Let our joys remind us to be thankful, our concerns remind us to hope, and our sorrows remind us to connect. Let all these moments remind us that we are not alone. Please join Dawn in a spirit of prayer or meditation.
This prayer comes from your hymnal, number 698, by, I looked him up, Dr. Reverend Wayne B. Arneson, who had a 40-year career as a UU minister, and at one point he was in Riverside, which, as I recall from when Sandy took me there, it's actually the Riverside Universalist Unitarian Church, and they're not going to change. Take courage, friends. The way is often hard. The path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down there is another truth. You are not alone.
That's lovely. Thank you, Don. And this is Joel's turn. Yeah. We did this, and then the next slide's going to be this.
Oh, good. Yes.
Loving husband.
Yes. Let us join together as we extinguish the chalice, the flame of our chalice, and say together, we extinguish our chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Okay.
Oh, that's you too.
Thank you for joining us this morning. If you're a guest, a visitor, or someone who hasn't yet been known to us, I invite you to become a part of this beloved community. If you'd like to know more about our church, we invite you to either stop by the welcome table outside in the courtyard or contact us at hello@ocuuc.org. Or subscribe to our weekly email at the blast@ocuuc.org. And we will definitely get in touch with you. Zoomers are welcome to stay and chat after with one another online. We want you to feel a part of this beloved community, so please reach out and we will help you get connected.
Announcements. Dun, dun, dun. And I have been tasked to let you know that we're having a work party. It's a party, not work. It's a party, not work. But there's a lot of work. But it's a party, okay? Got it? It's a really important work party. There's really kind of a lot that has to be done, so we need tons of bodies to come out and party and work. All right, and then we also have the building dedication coming up on September 6th. Depending on how things go, with permits and that sort of thing, they're out of our control. Hopefully we'll be in there and everything will be going great. And we may or may not have some dry runs that you don't even know they're coming up, where we actually will accidentally be having a service in there before even that happens. We shall see. Also today, so everybody here knows, somewhere between noon and 2 o'clock, they're shutting off our power. So if you're in the bathroom and it turns black, suddenly just scream and we'll help you. We have caregiver training next week. I think that's awesomeness. And this and that. Drummers and strummers, Thursdays. Yay. Yes. I want to go. Okay, Anne, thank you very much for all of that. And with that, I would like to say that you all need to get out there and do some art and look at some art and allow yourself to see some art and feel some art. Yeah? Be the art. That's it. And we will sing.
That's right. Let's sing, shall we? Let us go out and all do our part. Let us go out, bring joy to each heart. Let us go out with indifference destroyed. Let us go out with joy. Let us go out and all do our part. Let us go out, bring joy to each heart. Let us go out with indifference destroyed. Let us go out with joy. Let us go out with joy. Let us go out with joy.
Thanks for coming.